I walk away and make my students do all the post-flight procedures by themselves. I stay with my students. It's a good time to do light debriefing, plus we can kind of get to know each other, and we're both humans and everyone wants a little help. I tell my students what time to show up and what type of flight we're doing, and that's it. I give my students a syllabus. For cross countries, it's a pre-flight checklist, and for maneuvers and landings, it's a list of everything we're going to go through on the flight, what they need to chair fly, and any applicable external resources. I charge my students the moment they walk in the door to the moment they leave. I set a timer, and if they're not learning, they're not paying, and I'm not charging for pre-flights unless I'm instructing one. I don't waste my time with group grounds. They don't make me any money. I teach at least one free group ground a month. It allows students to ask questions without all the pressure of how much it costs. It also reinforces ground study and allows my students to connect with other aviators in their area. When I give feedback, I give basic information like reduce airspeed or you just have to feel the plane. I take notes during the flight and give detailed responses to my students on how to get to airspeeds for what stages of flight and how to stay ahead of the plane. I tell my students to read the ACS on their own time. I sit down with my students and teach them how to read and study the ACS, along with any questions that they need to look out for and what to expect on check ride day. I tell my students to do at-home study, but don't enforce it and don't assign homework. I assign homework and make sure that my students are reading chapters that correspond with what we're learning. Plus, I give out flashcards for easy studying. I definitely don't spend any time making additional training resources or additional training aids. That's time and money that I don't have. I spend a lot of my time making videos and instructional aids because I can reuse them for all of my students. Plus, it helps them become better pilots and not just a student who pays my bills. So that's why you should follow me.